Paul, first of all, how's West Forringham coming to this game with Reading?
Yeah, fine. It was what we thought on the day, some sort of virus that he picked up, so wiped him out for 24, 48 hours, but he's trained today and he's fine, so yeah, we're thankful for that, but it's what we thought it was anyway.
So good news on Wes. What's the prognosis for Reece Norrington-Davis?
Yeah, bang, so he's fine, he's trained, very similar to the whack that Illiman picked up just on his hip. Obviously seized up with him during the game, and we're at that stage where we're going to bring a Nell on anyway, and it's probably going to be for Bash, with obviously Bash just coming back in, but once Reece went down we had to rethink that, and obviously Nell had played at left side for Bordeaux a lot last season, so it was an easy one to do.
And you mentioned coming into the previous game, the likes of Nell Illiman, they were, they had knocks, so they come through that contest okay and unscathed? Yeah,
all fine. So we've got, we're as we were before the Luton game, plus Reeder's back as well. So we're one player better off than the Luton game.
So I'd imagine after the Luton game, you might have been looking at your squad thinking, how am I going to pick a team for Tuesday night? But good news coming into another crucial game with a side that are now top of the league. Yeah,
everyone's fine, everyone's fit. Like I said, Reeder back, which is good because he had a real good game for us in the game before at Bramall Lane. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, another team top of the league. It tends to be how it is, start the season. It's just nice that we're playing the teams when they happen to be at the top. We like that, we enjoy that, and we know it's going to be tough, as Reading showed last season against us as well. So we're preparing for that. We're preparing for a really tough game.
Tell us about Ollie McBurney. How's he feeling at the moment? I imagine he'd be on cloud nine after that goal at Luton.
Yeah, he should be. His goal, his performance. But as you can imagine, with the fixture list and the bodies we're down to, or should I say the bodies we're missing, we're not doing too much training wise. It was all about preparing for this, getting over the Friday night's game, and then preparing for this one, and that's going to be the pattern really, I think, again before the whole game. So we'll not be doing too much work with the players physically on the pitch. It's about recovering, preparing them with the video analysis, individual stuff, unit stuff as well, and making sure that, as I say, we prepare properly, and we've done that for this Reading game. We're preparing as you would for any team, especially a team who's top of the league, won 4 games already, so we know the threats, we know what they're about, yeah, we're ready to go.
On Ollie McBurney, he spoke at length before the game and after the game about the extra work that he's had to do, and it's satisfying that he's seen the results. But what about as a staff and as a manager? Because you've also had to put in a lot of hard yards with him as well, so it must be quite satisfying to see him, playing like he is at the moment.
Yeah. Well, listen, we do that with every player. I don't think there'll be a player so they won't have had his attention or his time, and we're willing to do that. But the player has to buy in. The player has to, be willing to do it and push, and then I think we can do good things. And players start to see the results, and it's all for them. It's all for the player. We obviously want the players to improve, buy in, and get the place in the team. So it helps improve the team, because that's why we do it. But yeah, so we're pleased for Ollie, and we're working now with the rest of the players just the same way, But it's down to the players. It's always down to the players.
James McAtee, how much would he benefit long term from that experience? We just had Tommy Doyle in here, and he spoke about the first couple of games that he experienced as a championship player. It's a far cry, isn't it, from under 23s football that he's probably used to week in, week out.
Yeah, it's totally different. Tommy's a couple of loans further on than James, so he is well placed to say that and how different it is, and also how well Luton did, in terms of their approach. We know what they're going to do. That's the best they've played this season. They were full throttle, made it really tough for us. So it's enough an eye-opener for him, but that is what this league can produce. You can't underestimate anyone. No one's going to make it easy for you. No one's going to stand back and be watching what a good player you are. They're just going to try and stop you. And he will be better for it, definitely. And while ever he's with us, I think he feels, I think he knows. The players will back him, the staff will back him, and we'll help him to get better, improve, and learn from every opportunity he gets.
And these are the reasons, though, why you've been entrusted with his care by Manchester City, because they see it as a vital part of his development, getting out there and playing in the Championship.
Yeah, and this is why James chose us. He could have gone lots of other places, but we spoke a lot about his role without the ball. We spoke a lot about the challenges he'd face here, one at our club and the challenges we face as a team, but also then the challenges that the Championship throws up in different ways, because no one's going to stand on ceremony and let you perform. Everyone's going to try and stop you in their own way and hurt you. So he chose that, he wanted that, and like I say, he's going to get, the fact he's bought into it, he's going to get the most out of it.
You spoke about Reading a little bit already, but they had a chasing defeat at Rotherham earlier this season. I think they won every game since. What does that say about their character within their ranks? Yeah,
Bounce was actually at that game, so I've seen the best and the worst of Reading. I watched the Borough game, I watched the Blackburn game when they beat Blackburn, and yeah, I was at the Rotherham game where they were really, they were humbled really. They were turned over, but Rotherham have done that to a couple of teams. Rotherham have been good as well this year, so yeah, bounce back. I think he's already shaping the squad how he wants it, Paul, and I'm looking at changing people he's brought in and the experience, and there's one or two positions now where he's got different options in those positions where he'd have felt he wouldn't have had that at the back end of last season. And yeah, he's got experienced players who we can call upon now and make changes with, so it's looking a bit more like he would like, and I think that's why you're seeing that they've won 4 games already.
A very good example to show how close this division is. And not so long ago, back in the last season, they were fighting relegation, and they've started the season so well with 1 or 2 additions. It just maybe shows how tight it is between top and bottom.
And it'll continue to be. I think what I've taken from these first early exchanges, if you like, is the consistency. Even more so this year is probably going to be key. If you can have some sort of consistent run, you're going to be up in the top end, because it's looking like that consistency is going to be hard to reach. You know, with how close each team is, how each team's approaching it. You know, refereeing changes, and we've already seen in a few games how it's, you know, favouring a bit more aggression and front-footedness, if you like, and not favouring a team who's just going to play possession and things like that. So, yeah, it looks to be a bit of a level playing field this season, like I said. So, if you can get any sort of consistency, you're going to be up in the top end.